Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my final 2021 empties video for the year. Oh, I just realized I'm not wearing lip gloss. Let me just put some on real quickly. As I explain to you what this is all about. This is Mercury from the Madison Beer Morphe collaboration, by the way. But yeah, this is my final 2021 empties video roundup for my 2021 Project Pan. So if you don't know, Project Pan is pretty much about like getting through the products you already have in your collection, appreciating what you have and using it up, making sure you're getting through product before it expires, before you get over it. So I have a bunch of products that I put into my little Victoria's Secret train case that I've accumulated through the second half of 2021, and I'm going to be showing you all of my empties from the second half of the year. Now, if you would like to see my empties from the first half of the year, I've already uploaded my 2021 empties part 1 and 2 of the first half of the year. If I waited till the end of the year to show you all my empties in one go, this would literally be a 40-minute video. Or maybe even an hour video, because like I really go through that much product. So I split them up into half yearly segments, and this is the final segment for the year with all of the products I've used up. Now, a lot of these products will be very familiar to you guys when we get straight into it, because you've seen me use them for a long period of time before I use them all up. The first one I want to talk about today is from Neve. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but this is a powder that I bought in Taiwan. It was a really nice one. I really like this sleek Tiffany blue kind of robin's egg packaging, because it's really like sleek and small. It was just a pressed powder and it fit really nicely into a bag. It had a great mirror on the inside, and this is apparently a really popular powder in Taiwan amongst students because it is a tropical environment there and people like to blot with this on the go and like take it with them neatly in their bag and stuff. And I do think this is a really practical powder for that. It's also very affordable at only 160 Taiwanese yuan. Is that how you say it in English? I don't really know. But yeah, it was a very affordable powder that I purchased last time I was in Taiwan. I used it all up because I very much enjoyed it. And yeah, next time I'm in Taiwan, I wouldn't totally say no to trying this one again or a very similar powder. Let me put the empties down here as I go into my empties bin. So the next thing I want to talk about is a nail polish. This is from Ulta 3. I'm going in no particular order, by the way. This is from Ulta 3, and this is in the shade Lily White. If you know me, I love white nails or pink nails or red nails for my toenails the most. And so I used up a white nail polish just because I love white toenails. I just think it looks really sleek and fresh. And so yeah, that was a simple nail polish that I used up, just a plain basic white. This is a very affordable brand that's available here in Australia, and this one is made in Australia. The way you know the difference between a bottle of Ulta 3 nail polish that's made in Australia versus the ones that are made in China is the Australian bottles have a more angular top. I think I might have one made in China here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera, but the ones that are made in Australia have a very angular bottles lid, whereas this one is made in China. Let me check. Oh wait, this is made in Australia one too. Do I have any made in China ones with me anymore? No, this is all made in Australia. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I have a made in China one. Okay, here's the made in China one. Oh yeah, it's very different to the one made in Australia. Okay, so here's the made in China one versus the made in Australia one. And as you can see, the lid is like slightly different, even compared to this one, which I thought was curved. This is way not curved compared to the one that's actually made in China. The one made in China has a really curved lid, and the one made in Australia has like a really angular lid. And also the one made in China, of course, says on the back like made in PRC, whereas the made in Australia ones say made in Australia. But yeah, I used up a nail polish. This one is like on the out too. Let's get rid of this one while we're here. This is going to be a declutter. This is the Ulta 3 nail polish in the shade Hot Spring. When my sister and I were kids, this was our favorite shade to use on our nails, especially our toenails, just because it's like the cutest hot summer color. It's like a hot pink, and it was just like the perfect color. We were obsessed with this, but I do have another bottle of it because I saw that this one was getting all yucky and stuff. So an empty and a declutter. Ulta 3 is a really affordable like brand here in Australia, and it's probably the most affordable like nail polish brand that I could find, especially when I was in high school, just because they were like $1 or $2 per bottle, like no more than like $3 a bottle of nail polish, which is really affordable. Okay, let's get into some foundation. I've used up a lot of foundation this year, and I have 3 bottles or 3 foundations to show you in this empties. The first one I want to show you guys is the Rimmel Lasting Matte Full Coverage Mattifying Foundation in the shade 103 True Ivory. This is a squeezy one, and I squeezed out every last drop of it. You saw me use this in a lot of videos. Honestly, this is my favorite foundation, and I believe they've already discontinued this range since I used up this container, but I don't like this that much, and I will not be repurchasing it. Even if it was still in stock, I wouldn't repurchase this just because I think that there are better matte foundations on the market. I would never choose this if things like the Rimmel, I would never choose this Rimmel foundation when things like the L'Oreal Infallible range exist. This one was just like a really creamy foundation, like too creamy. It looked thick on the skin, whereas even though this is matte and full coverage as well, this is a thinner layer on the skin, and I don't know, it just like looks better on the skin. This was a bit too thick for my personal preference, so yeah, I'm glad that I used it up. It wasn't my favorite thing to use up, but I don't like to waste products, so I used it all up. Another thing I like from Rimmel, this is a foundation that they have on the opposite side of the spectrum. This is their Lasting Radiance foundation with SPF 25. Does this have SPF 2? I don't believe it does. But anyway, this one with SPF 25 with the orange lid, this is a replacement for the Wake Me Up foundation range from Rimmel. They've now called it the Lasting Radiance range, and it's a slightly different shape of bottle, but still with the orange lid. This is a really nice foundation, and I actually really like this. It's dewy without being too dewy that it looks like too tacky or anything on the skin, and just leaves a really nice dewy finish without being too over the top. Just the perfect amount of coverage. It isn't the most full coverage thing ever, but it isn't like, you know, showing too much of my skin that I feel like I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer or anything. It definitely is a really nice drugstore radiant foundation, and probably one of my favorites that I've tried. Probably my favorite from Rimmel. Actually, I have a couple of Rimmel foundations that are my favorite. Literally everything except for this that I've tried from Rimmel has actually been quite good. The last foundation that I have to show you guys today is one that I've used up very recently, and this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum Foundation with SPF 20 in the shade 103 True Ivory. Now, this is interesting because this shade here is 100 Ivory, and this is 103 True Ivory, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell from the bottles. Yeah, you can. This is a darker shade, even though the shade name is 100. This is lighter, and it's 103. I just thought that was interesting. So this is definitely more of a foundation that I reach for when I'm more tan or in the summertime, just because it is a little bit darker despite me picking up a lighter shade. That was just really surprising to me. This is more of like a true ivory, and this matches like my winter skin tone best, or like my normal like autumn spring kind of skin tone. This is a really great foundation. It doesn't look too matte, it doesn't look too dewy. It's got a true satin kind of finish. You can powder over it and it sits really nicely, or you could leave it unpowdered and it's still a gorgeous foundation. This is a really good full coverage one. A lot of my friends that do cheerleading with me swear by this as their competition foundation, just because it really does have that good long lasting factor as well. It says skin perfecting full coverage foundation, and I would definitely agree with this. You can really sheer this out if you want as well. Like, you could apply just one pump and even that over the whole face and look really good, but I'm like a 3 pumps kind of gal because I love that full coverage look, and this definitely delivers. If you do pump out those extra pumps, you definitely do get that extra coverage. So I really like this foundation, and if I didn't have a bunch of other foundations that I was working through right now, these two would definitely be repurchases. And I probably will repurchase these sometime in the future, just not in any time soon, because I do have some other things I want to try first. Also, this is like the old style lid. I don't know if they still make this, but they used to have all their foundations with this little like Rimmel lid that's like angled like this, and I feel like it was really iconic for Rimmel foundations. I feel like they should keep on with this style of packaging. Okay, I really hope this video doesn't get too long because I don't want to make a part 1 and part 2. I honestly feel like I don't have that many empties this time. Like, I know that sounds crazy because there's like a bunch of stuff in here, but compared to my last empties video that I did at the end of like July/June-ish, you know, halfway through the year point, I literally had to split this up into 2 parts. From the start, I knew that it was just going to be so much content to carry on about in one video that I knew that I had to make 2, because it was like I'd gone through so much product, whereas this time I feel like due to COVID and lockdown, I don't feel like I have that much product to talk about today. Like, I still have a lot. Compared to the normal person, I feel like I go through a lot of makeup, but still it's not that much for me, myself. I had this little Benefit They're Real push-up liner that is all gone that I would like to move along. It's all dried up now, but I used to stick the stopper back into it to make sure that it didn't dry out prematurely. It has this really interesting silicone tip, and this is the mini version, which is really cute. And so what you do is you'd push up on this like silicone-y part, you'd squeeze here, and then the eyeliner will come out the top, and it's kind of like a gel finish eyeliner. Like, the actual texture or formula of this eyeliner wasn't like a liquid eyeliner. It was very much a gel, and it's kind of like getting a pot of eyeliner, except it squeezes out in this unique silicone kind of thing. It wasn't my favorite. It was a really cool concept, and that's why I have like so many of these. It was a really cool concept, but I don't think it was that practical. These dry out pretty quickly, or in my opinion, it just like, I don't know, I don't think it was that practical in practice. it wasn't that good in practice. It was a really cool concept though. It's just not the most easy thing to do, to smooth out and perfect gel eyeliner using a silicone tip. And also I like a really, really precise wing. And so I don't know if I can really achieve it with this anymore. I emptied these a while ago. So this is the They're Real push-up liner, again from Benefit, and this is a slightly larger size. Again, I stuck the nozzle in, but because this is the slightly larger size, this is a wind up, whereas the other one was like a squeeze up. This one is a larger version, so you're actually able to wind this up. Now, these eyeliners were based on the They're Real mascara that was a real hit from Benefit, and I do think it's cool that they like continued on from their like hit range. However, I just don't think these eyeliners were like that good. At first when I got these, I was like, this is lit, I love these, but now I'm like, oh, I don't really know. But they are really cute, like they're little minis. I'm a real sucker for this like a Benefit They're Real shape, just because when I first started getting into makeup, this little thing was like so hyped, and the shape of the They're Real packaging, where it's not even that like recognizable, but to me it's that iconic. How it's like got a bump at the top and then goes narrow down. It's just really iconic to me. Let me pop these in my little Empties bin. I also have another eyeliner that I want to talk about. This one is from NYX, and this is in the shade Deep Purple from the retractable eyeliner range. Just a really good kohl kind of retractable eyeliner. You saw me use this in lots of videos. It is all gone now. I've used it up. Actually, there's a teeny bit that might be able to swatch. It's really difficult to know. I can't. There's like nothing there. Let me do a really dodgy swatch for you guys so you can kind of get the color. See, I couldn't do this on my eyes. It's like too rough, but hopefully this gives the vibe for you guys. It was like a nice purpley color like this. Now, this was actually a gift from a family member, and I really like the way purple eyeliner looks on my eyes. I'm going to zoom you into my eyeball. My eye is like brown, but it has a slight green hint to it. And so purple really flatters brown eyes that have a hint of green. They just like make your eyes look a little bit more colorful, and I don't know, it just like brings out the dimension in brown eyes really nicely. So if you have brown eyes or green eyes even, or brown with green eyes, or any combo like that, I really think purple eyeliner is really pretty. I don't know, I'm just really into it. The last eye thing I think I have to show you guys today is from Maybelline, and I finished up a Great Lash. This is their iconic product. I see people like dress up as this mascara for Halloween. Like, that's how iconic this mascara is. This was the waterproof Hydro Fudge version in the shade Very Black, and it's just a good mascara. It's not a life-changing mascara, you know, it doesn't knock your socks off. It's just a good mascara. It's a great everyday one. It does the job. She gets it done. She's simple. She's easy. She's Maybelline. Done. I was about like, she's easy breezy CoverGirl, but she's not CoverGirl, she's Maybelline. Okay, I used up a bronzer, and this is one that I used up really slowly over a really long period of time, because this was actually my bronzer that I leave in my makeup bag that I leave at my boyfriend's house. So I always have some makeup at my boyfriend's house, and like I go through that makeup kind of more slowly, just because I don't do my makeup at his house that often, but I do like to have something there just so that I can get ready there if I ever need to. And this is the bronzer that I've been going through there. This is the Bourjois bronzing powder filled with glints of sunshine, and this is the chocolate bronzer pretty much, and this is in the shade 51. They have a couple of shades, but yeah, this is all gone now, totally panned. This was kind of like a love-hate relationship with this bronzer. Like, sometimes I think that this was really patchy, but maybe it was a foundation problem that I was having, I don't really know. But then sometimes I think this is really beautiful and really smooth on the skin. I won't repurchase this bronzer just because I think it's actually really difficult to get your hands on now, especially here in Australia, and also because this bronzer was a little light for my skin tone. I don't know, it just wasn't the deepest bronzer, and so when I was tan, I could pretty much set my whole face with this powder, except for my under eyes. It's probably a little dark for my under eyes. But yeah, this powder just wasn't that contrasted to my normal skin tone. It was really pretty though for a more natural bronze. So even though it was a light bronzer for my skin tone, I do think that this was a really pretty bronzer because it had like such a subtle glow to the face. Like, it just added the most subtle hint of warmth. It was really pretty, but I'm more of like a darker bronzer kind of person usually. And also this was like not very practical of a bronzer for me in summer because it didn't add much at all. But it was a really nice bronzer. I loved the scent. This had that like, I can still smell it. It had like that chocolate scent that Bourjois does. And yeah, I was really into it. If they had darker colors that were more accessible that I could find in like Australia, these Bourjois is available at Priceline, but I haven't seen that many shades available here. I do like the packaging of this as well, like the little cardboard thing. It's really cute. It's like a little storybook, you know, the way this like opens up and stuff. And when the actual product was in here, it was like a little grid. Like, it was like a little bar of chocolate in there, which was really, really cute. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. However, I still prefer the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil over this bronzer. I don't know. I still prefer that one. It just It smells a little nicer. It's a little bougier, but it never failed me. When it came to blending, that one never skipped, whereas that one sometimes could skip. I don't know, it wasn't like 100. Okay, I have some primer samples that I have to show you guys. I used up a couple of the Professional Mission Possible Perfection, you know, the classic Professional primer. I just had a couple of samples of these and I used them up through the second half of 2021 and they were good. I liked them. They weren't life-changing though, but I do have some, like, you know, I have like the full size of the products, so I'll give you a more in-depth review when I finish or as I'm going through the full-size product. But actually, my best friend Laura, she loves this primer. She was telling me today about it actually. She was like, I swear by that primer, it's so good. And I was like, huh, I need to get mine out more. This video was getting literally way too long, and as much as through the video I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one long clip. No, I needed to make it into 2 videos. It was literally like 35 minutes long or longer. So I'm just going to split this into 2 parts. Part 2 is probably already up on my channel because I just filmed it all in one go. So it's already live when you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more of me, you can like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on all my socials. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.